Hey everyone, thank you so much for signing in today. So, we are going to talk about a very interesting topic. We will see how a Lighthouse tool will be used and measured to do some early performance testing. So, let's get started. So, before we start, a little bit about myself. I work as a QA and a performance architect in an MNC. I have about 15 years of IT experience. I'm a technical writer, a speaker, jury, and I've recently judged a couple of hackathons. And I've also founded American Association of IT Professionals. So we have crossed 1,000 followers there in LinkedIn. That is where we normally post all these webinars and we share a lot of good content on technology. Please go ahead and follow and be part of this bigger group. So, Lighthouse tool is a tool created by Google. So, basically, it is a tool for you to automatically run a report on your website and see how it is behaving in terms of performance. So, even before you actually do a full fledged performance testing, you will be interested to know how the page is behaving for a single user. Then, this is your tool. So apart from performance, it has capability to also give you a good report on accessibility, a progressive web apps, and an SEO. So you can run this Lighthouse tool in a couple of ways. You can have it installed as part of your Chrome extension, and you can run it from your DevTools, like an inspect from the web page, and you can also run it through a command line or as a node module. So in today's session, we're going to look into the two most common way of running them. That will be adding as a browser extension and also as a dev tool. So what Lighthouse actually does is, as soon as you give access to your web page, it can be the authenticated web page or it can be a generic web page. It runs a series of audit on your web page and try to analyze the performance, how much time it is taking to load, what sort of images you have used, how much time it takes to render. So pretty much goes through it thoroughly and create an audit report for you. Using that, you will be able to understand how good or bad is your web application, and it also suggests you a ways in which you can also improvise the performance. So we will look more deeper into all these aspects as we go further. So let's also understand why we need Lighthouse tool, right? How many times have you seen this loading happening in your web page or in your mobile device? And how many times you've got frustrated that things are not loading quite fast enough and you have moved on to something else? Very frequently, I believe. So there are some facts around this. Let's also look into that. So it is said that about 46% of people say waiting for pages to load is the worst part in their mobile browser experience. Yeah, on an average, people spend 70% longer on pages which can load faster, like within 5 seconds. And for every 100 milliseconds, you have an impact of 7% conversion rate dropping. So these are some big numbers, and especially when you talk about big companies, these translate to a very big impact in revenue and reputation. So knowing all these facts about performance, it's really important to run an audit report early in a life cycle to understand how is your application and also try to figure out the way to fix it so that your application is perfect and a user can get a maximum benefit out of it. And beyond this, there are some obvious benefits. Those are definitely it's an open source tool. There is no licensing for it. It is fully automated. You need not know any coding or any additional work from your side. It also enable you to do some early performance testing. It enhances your SDLC experience, and it can also generate a report for your mobile. So any web page which can be viewed in the mobile, that report can also get generated. So that's a great advantage. So as I said, we are going to look into two ways to do it, the running the Lighthouse report today. So the first one is through the Chrome browser. So let's look into the demo. So you can go to your Google search engine and you can just search for Google Lighthouse Chrome extension, and the very first link you will get it for the Chrome extension. You can select that, or you can also search for just a Lighthouse in an extension tab. You will also land up in this page. So So now let's add this to the Chrome extension. As you can see, the Lighthouse extension is added. So now let's take a website. Instead of running it in any generic website, I'm running it to our AIITP website itself. So now let's select the Lighthouse, click on generate report. It will basically take a couple of minutes, but it is going to thoroughly check all your website for all performance vulnerabilities. And remember, when we were on that page, we clicked on the Lighthouse report. So you can select any page where you want to run your report and automatically it gets created. So now the report is ready. As you can see, it has given a score and we have a performance score of 52 for this website. And we also have a lot of details in this report. So this is how we do it through Chrome extension. So now let's look into also look into how we can generate this directly from the DevTools. So I'll go back to my page. I'll do a simple right click on inspect. Now we can see all the elements and all the information is getting loaded. The one which we are really interested in is this tab, the Lighthouse. So there you go. You don't have to really install anything as an extension. You can directly go to Lighthouse and you have an option to select what are categories you want to run your audit for. If you're not really interested in SEO or accessibility, you can uncheck that. And for the sake of the demo, I'm just using it as a, since we did for desktop, let's do it for a mobile. If you select the device as desktop, it'll automatically change to desktop. I'm going to do it for mobile. Let's analyze the page. And as you can see, it is running an audit. The view sort of changed to a mobile. So we'll give it a couple of minutes for it to complete running the audit. And meanwhile, it'll also share some interesting facts about how important it is for the performance to be optimal. Okay, our report is ready. One thing I would like to say is even while the report was getting generated, it was taking a bit of a time, and we could see that we are losing patience. So that's how important it is to have a good website loading very quickly and having access to it. So you can see a similar report here. It pretty much says a detailed description of how the performance is. In mobile, it's only 15%. And if you want to download this report, there are a couple of options. You can click on these three dots. Either you can save it as a JSON or you can print an expanded report. And you can also do an open in viewer. So basically, report viewer is giving you a detailed description like we had it when we ran through our Chrome extension. You will now be able to see the complete report in this format. And remember, we ran this for mobile, and this report is for desktop. So now that we know how to run this Lighthouse report, it is important for us to look for areas where we can do a performance improvement. So let's go a little deeper into what performance metric we can target. And you can see at the high level, it says how much time it is taking for a few of the metric. Like largest content paint took about 5.8 seconds and the first content took about 3.1. The time to interact was about 10 seconds. So you can see that there are some areas or opportunities it automatically lists for you. and give you an option to fix it. So let's take a couple of them. It says serve image in next gen formats. That means the images we have uploaded in this website are little heavy. So there is a potential saving for us to move to a different format. Instead of having it, for example, 732 KB here, we can save almost 689 KB of it. So that will help the page to load much more quicker, and multiply this across all the images which we are loading. Then it will definitely help you to render your page much faster. And it will also give you a good explanation about what exactly this metric opportunity is for. Here you can see image formats of WebP and AVIF is having a better compression than a traditional JPEG or PNG. So this is one of the opportunity. And let's look into the properly sized images. So there is an opportunity to resize them, and also unused JavaScripts. There are some references. We have some potential savings here. If you're not aware or sure of what exactly this the suggestion is, you can always do a learn more. That will take you to an explanation page that will give you more information about this potential saving and what exactly it means. So you can go through this and figure out how exactly the savings can be done. And the similar explanation is giving for each and every opportunity you can see here. So even before implementing, you can understand what exactly you are trying to achieve here. So as you can see, this explains the compression of the formats. It explains you what image formats it is talking about, and how it is calculated, the potential saving. Yeah, again, you have a lot of hyperlinks. If you're more interested to know what is this format, you can further go deeper into it. So Lighthouse is not only helping you to improvise your performance, it will also enhancing your knowledge and giving you more in-depth information about the UI elements, where you can definitely save a lot of rendering time. So now let's go back. So like opportunities, there are some diagnostic areas as well. As you can see, one of the suggestion is third-party code is blocked the main thread for 800 milliseconds. So there are some third-party code which is running here, which has held our page for almost 800 milliseconds. That's an impact. And you can also see that there is no explicit for some of the image elements, and where we can avoid document.write commands. So basically, the more in depth you go, the more you will understand. Lighthouse has some fixed level of analysis or areas it will try to measure your website for, and most of them are listed here. And if your page is different, you might have a better score. You may not see some of the opportunities, but at the higher level, if you can achieve, try to fix some of these issues, then definitely you will see a much better performance of your website. So some key takeaways, I would definitely encourage all of you to make use of this Lighthouse tool. Play with it. It is open source. Try to measure the performance of any website you would like to. And I know for the fact that if you're using it in your company or any secured website, due to firewall and due to security, you might not be able to install the Chrome extension. But through DevTools, you should be able to still run this audit reports. Um, so this is definitely helpful to understand where do you stand in terms of performance for a single user, or where are the potential savings you can do. It will help you to understand more about the concept or how the web page actually interacts with the end user. I hope this session was helpful and very informative. Our idea is to do quick 15 minutes lightning sessions so that we can throw light on some concept which you all can take back to you and start working on it. If you do have any questions, feel free to write it down in the comments. If you have experience working on this tool, If you have any tips or if you have any suggestions, please write it down. I would love to connect with you. There is the handle of my LinkedIn. Feel free to send me the connect request, and that is our association link. Please do follow and be part of the larger group where we share all technology related ideas. So, with that, thank you so much. Doing the next session on Kubernetes pods coming up next week. So, it is really interesting. A different spin on how Kubernetes pods failover testing should happen. Please do be part of it. Sign up for it. It will be again a quick 15-minute session. Till we meet next time. Take care. Bye.